All right, everybody, welcome back to the Anytime Sports Podcast. NFL Week 15. It's been a hell of a week. I'm Colin, and I'm with my co-host here, Andrew. You want to say hi, Andrew?
Let's go. This has been definitely a very interesting week, to say the least.
Very interesting week. It's been absolutely chaotic, and we're going to go into Week 15 games. Let's head into it. Let's head into the Thursday night football game, Chiefs-Chargers. Chiefs won 34-28. Andrew, do you have any thoughts?
I just know for this game it was really big, just racking up them fantasy points. I don't know. I started the week with 64 points. Travis Kelce getting me 41 on the week, I believe. 41 just to start the week, and then Justin Herbert looked phenomenal. Even though they came out with a loss, he looked phenomenal.
They did, and they just kept going on it on fourth downs, or they just kept going for him. I mean, the analytics tell them to go for it, so, I mean, they go for it all the time. I think if they kind of kick a field goal there instead of going for two, it might be a little bit of a different story, and maybe if they played a bit better, who knows. This game went in OT. The Chiefs looking like the Chiefs again. I mean, Mahomes, 31 of 47 for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns and interception. He looked all right, and so did Justin Herbert. It was a good game all around. A good game to start off what was a crazy Week 15.
Yeah. A very, very long Week 15.
Very long, which I loved, but, it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really like having football every single day except for Wednesday and Friday.
Yep, it was a great NFL week. And great win for the Chiefs as they continue. Now they're 10-4, and the Chargers fall to 8-6. That gives the Chiefs a little bit of a buffer in their division. They're now first in their division. They've been first for a while, but now they've grown even bigger of a lead. Now heading into the Saturday game, it was the Patriots Colts game. Colts came out with the win and now won 27-17. Andrew, thoughts?
I really like this game. I feel like the Colts look phenomenal. Didn't the Colts come out with the win?
The Colts came out with a win, and they looked pretty good. I honestly was very surprised. I mean, Mac Jones did what I said he didn't need to do. He threw 2 interceptions, which is what you can't do, and they just had to continue to run the ball. I mean, I guess that Indianapolis Colts defense really stepped up and played big, and Jonathan Taylor was a big question. Is Jonathan Taylor going to rip through this Patriots defense? It's been pretty solid all season. He showed in that game that he is the guy. He rushed for like a 60-yard touchdown, I believe. It was insane. He's very good, and credit to the Colts. They're getting another win. They're in a wild card spot, I believe, which is great. They got to keep winning games if they want to secure their playoff spot.
Yeah, but I'd say, to say the least, the Colts are a team.
The Colts are a team. We've been saying for weeks, Andrew. Me and you have been saying for weeks. Colts are a team. Do not count them out. They just proved themselves beating what was then the number 1 New England Patriots. So they proved themselves. They proved them a lot. They're 4-4 at home. So they got to get a little better at home, but they got to win some more games too.
Yeah, it's definitely what they need coming after this last final 2 weeks of the season. Definitely what they need to potentially push their spots into the wild card and possibly win their division.
It's all about running the ball too. Carson Wentz, his numbers just not look good. It's all about running the ball. And what carries in December? It's running the ball and defense. That's what carries them. This is what's carrying the Colts team right now.
It is.
So let's go into kind of the Sunday game, the Sunday slates. Bills beating the Panthers 31-14. We kind of all thought the Bills were going to get another win. The Panthers just were absolutely terrible. Trotting out 2 QBs.
And
they're kicking controversy before the game. Kicker, I don't know if you guys knew, but the kicker pulled like a muscle on his leg or whatever, so he couldn't play the game. So the Panthers ended up having open tryouts. It's absolutely hilarious. I want you guys all to look it up on YouTube after you're done watching our podcast. Look it up. It's hilarious watching their open tryouts. They never kicked a field goal. They always went for 2. So
yeah.
That's what they did the whole game. I mean, they didn't have many opportunities to go for 2 because they only scored 14 points. But Buffalo, credit to them. They did very good at home. They needed this game. They need another game. They're dangerous in hopes of not making the playoffs, so they need a couple more games. Who knows with Carolina, Matt Rule's job, I don't know if his job's 100% safe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Buffalo. I don't know. They have on weeks and they have off weeks. They look phenomenal one week. The next week they don't look phenomenal. They're against a bad Carolina team, a bad Cam Newton. So you really can't say much from this game. You got to see them against a decent opponent.
Mm-hmm. And now we'll go into the surprise of the week. Lions winning against the Cardinals 30-12. When I said do it last week to pick the Lions, you should have.
I know. I was like, I did it the week they beat Minnesota. I did not feel like doing it this week, but I did it. But
hey, Andrew,
what?
Jared Goff 3 touchdown passes.
3?
3.
No interceptions. 21 for 26. Jared, hold up. Jared Goff. Wait.
Mr. Jared, that's funny.
Another thing, if you're Kyler Murray, 23 for 41, 257 yards, and then if you're gonna be the number 1 seed in the NFC, you can't be losing to the Detroit Lions this late in the season. Simple as that. It's the Lions, man. You can't be losing to them if you're Arizona.
With the Cardinals, to me, I'll get into this later, but I've been preaching this since the beginning of the season. I don't believe them. They're kind of phonies. They're the same old Cardinals like they were, and they're losing DeAndre Hopkins, and it kind of seemed like he needed DeAndre Hopkins in that game because Hopkins was their guy, and they don't have him anymore, so it's going to be hard for them, hard for Kyler Murray and this offense to get going. They're going to have to get something. AJ Green wasn't the greatest. He made one really good catch, but, they're going to need someone else because this offense, it looks like the same old Cardinals. And one thing to note with this loss, Arizona and the Los Angeles Rams, they're now tied in the division, but tiebreaker does go to Arizona because they got the win over the Rams. But if they lose another game, the Rams win one. They lost their division.
Exactly.
They'll be over. So it's insane. They got to keep winning games. I mean, they need to. You can't lose a game to the Lions like this.
No, not this late in the season.
Credit to Motor City Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I love Dan Campbell. He's a great motivator.
That guy's
coach. Amazing. And I hope he has success in Detroit for years to come. And I don't think this will be the last Detroit win. If I looked at the schedule, they play the Falcons next week. So I think I'm going to pick the Lions in that one. Kind of a little teaser for when we actually pick games. But yeah. That's what I think. Let's move into the Dolphins-Jets games. Dolphins ended up winning that one, 31-24. Thoughts on the game, Andrew?
I think Dolphins, what is it, 6-game win streak after starting off 1-7? That is phenomenal for Miami, but I don't think you can be having this close of a game with New York. They were 31-24. They let up 10 points in the first quarter. You can't be having this close of a game this late in the season to one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, just Miami's a very good team, and I think they're very good, but it's in a division that is very tight right now. It's kind of tight, but you got New England at the top, Buffalo at 2, Miami's at 3. So it's a very tight division. I don't know how you're gonna beat Buffalo and New England. I don't know.
They're gonna pull off a miracle.
They could. Tua with 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Tua's just Tua. He's gonna be Tua. So,
facts.
I think he did phenomenal. He led them to victory. So, it's great. I'd love to see Miami coming back from what they did. Weren't they like 1-4 to start the year?
Yeah,
something like that. And they did very well. And credit to them. They got the win. Any final thoughts?
I think Miami could be the team of the future. They got really young guys. They got Tua Tagovailoa, however you say his name. They got Jalen Waddle. They got Gesicki. He's pretty solid. And then they got who are they got on defense? Xavier Howard. Yeah, they all look pretty solid.
Pretty solid. Excited for the future, actually, at Miami. If they make some moves in the offseason, they could be pretty good. Let's move on to the next game. Cowboys beating the Giants. We all kind of saw this coming. Cowboys roll on now. They're 10-4. Giants fall to 4-10. Thoughts on the game, Andrew?
I know us personally, we don't like the Cowboys, Cowgirls. But I don't know. It's the Giants. I don't know what's going on with them. They got Mike Glennon. Mac Jones is not the answer. I don't know what's going on.
Mike Glennon, 3 interceptions.
But another thing that came out of the game was Saquon had the good catch.
Trevon Diggs, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's got like 11 interceptions or 10 interceptions
10.
on the season. Absolutely insane. The guy's playing at a high level, and the Cowboys are playing good. They're learning how to win football games, and you just need to win football games. Dallas now firmly in ahead of their division, 10-4. Philadelphia's at 2 with the 7-7. Washington at 6-8, and New York is at last at 4-10. So New York is obviously in a rebuilding mode. I don't think Daniel Jones is the option. They're gonna have to do something, maybe get a veteran. I don't know yet, but I don't think Daniel Jones is the option.
Nope.
Let's move on to
All
the
right, next game.
Let's move on to the Titans-Steelers. Steelers come out with a win, 19-13. They came back to win this one. Thoughts?
I think Titans, you're going to be one of the top teams in the AFC. You can't be losing to the Steelers. You can't be losing to a 6-6-1 team. Now 7-6-1. But the Steelers, I don't know. Big Ben. He's 16 for 25, 148 yards. Ben,
That division is wide open, though.
It is.
Like, Cincinnati is leading the division at 8-6, Baltimore at 8-6, Pittsburgh at 7-6-1, Cleveland's at 7-7. They're all within a game, which is absolutely insane.
It is.
Pittsburgh is not out of this by any means. They could actually end up winning their division, which is kind of remarkable.
If I had a guess to say who would win the division, I'd say Cincinnati out of all the teams. The Ravens just haven't looked consistent to me, and I don't think the Steelers have got what it takes to make it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a tight one.
It will.
Credit to Pittsburgh. They fought back. They came back to win that game. Tennessee just couldn't put up points in the third and fourth quarter, which really hurt them. But credit to them. I don't know about this Titans team, man. The Titans team without Derrick Henry does not sound appealing to me. It does not.
Nope.
Hopefully they get him. If they make the playoffs, hopefully they get him back during the playoffs. But who knows? I don't really like the Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry.
No, not at all.
I'll move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars game. Texans got the win, 30-16.
An absolute snooze fest of a game. David Mills is 19 for 30, 209 yards, two touchdowns, one interception. Trevor Lawrence was 22 for 38, 210 yards.
You mean this was a snooze fest? I had Brandon Cooks on my fantasy team, 35 points. How you doing?
Why would you start a Houston wide receiver? I get it they're against the Jags.
He's been solid all season, bro. He's been solid all season. Don't give me that.
Yeah, I just gave you that.
No.
Yeah.
There was a thought maybe coming into this game that interim head coaches usually do better when their head coach is fired their first game after. But Jacksonville couldn't do anything. They're kind of in a rebuilding mode. They got to bring in the right coaching staff and all that.
Yeah.
It's just chaotic down there. They're trying to slowly heal from the Urban Meyer days, which was very short-lived.
Yeah.
But Texans, Jags, no playoff implications at all, so we're not going to spend much time on it.
Yep.
Let's head to the Bengals, Broncos. Bengals barely sneaking out the win against the Broncos, 15-10.
Honestly, just a really low-scoring game, 15-10. Bengals are now 8-6. Broncos are 7-7. Both these teams do have a chance for playoffs. I think they're both in the hunt. The Cincinnati has a wild card spot. But if the Ravens do fall, Cincinnati could come to the top and win their division. But Joe Mixon, I know he's had a couple injuries. He's questionable for this week. Joe Burrow was 15 for 22, 157 yards, one touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater did get carted off the field this game. He was 12 for 22, 98 yards. And then Drew Lock came in. He was 6 for 12, 88 yards, and one touchdown. I don't know. The Cincinnati team, they look hot, but I don't know. They just has to have a bunch of late-game comebacks.
I just don't know about Cincinnati. They look very inconsistent to me. I don't see a deep playoff run. If they do make the playoffs, it's just barely. To me, I don't know. Easily, I could see Baltimore or Pittsburgh actually making it in instead of Cincinnati, but who knows? I hope Cincinnati makes it in because I like Cincinnati, but who knows? In this game, it was a grueling one. It was more of a defensive show. Cincinnati couldn't capitalize on some plays, so it made it pretty close. But 15-10, credit to the Cincinnati Bengals for getting the win.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. The division is wide open, and then the Browns are also what are they 8-6 too? Or they're 7-6 or
they're 7-7.
Yeah, it's also wide open for them too. So that division is up for grabs, really.
Yeah, Absolutely insane. The Falcons Niners game. Niners ended up winning that one 31-13. Niners look like a team. They look like a team that's peaking at the right time too. They're 8-6 right now. Thoughts on the game, Andrew?
I think Jimmy Garoppolo, he looked amazing. 18 for 23, 235 yards. Matt Ryan was 19 for 32, 236 yards. That team is basically Cordero Patterson and Matt Ryan. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with Atlanta. They somehow are 6-8. The Niners are 8-6, like you said, peaking at the right time. They could have a potential playoff run, but early playoffs. I don't think they're gonna make it deep.
Niners, yeah, I think they can get a wild card spot. I think they can get that, but anywhere further than that, I don't know. With this team, just credit to Kyle Shanahan getting the boys rallied up in a late season push to get them to the playoffs. I mean, who knows? When you're in the playoffs, you're in the playoffs. You got a shot to win it, no matter who says you can't. I mean, you do have a shot to win it. So credit to why did I say almost Cincinnati? I mean, San Francisco. They got the win here, extend their record to 8-6. Very good for them. Atlanta, we just don't know. Too inconsistent. Matt Ryan, I don't know. They got to move on from him maybe in the next 2 years.
I don't know. Another thing I want to touch on is I don't know if San Francisco should go with Jimmy G or Trey Lance next year, because Trey Lance hasn't played a snap this year. He's played a couple snaps, but he hasn't had much chance to prove himself, and they're just assuming to go with him. Or do they go with Jimmy G, who's proven he could be consistent and not consistent at the same time? I don't know.
Let's go to the next game. Let's go to the Packers-Ravens game. Packers ended up winning that one 31-30, Andrew.
Oh my gosh. Who's gonna tell John Harbaugh don't go for two?
Did you see that video? Did you see that video afterward the Ravens posted their Instagram page? Where it was like John Harbaugh was talking to Huntley on the sideline saying, hey, when we go down and score this touchdown, do you want to go to 2 and end it here, or do we want to go into overtime and play overtime? Huntley said, and then Huntley said, let's do it. Let's score it. Let's get the 2 point. He asked Mark Andrews too, hey man, are we gonna go for 2 once we score this touchdown? We gonna go for 2? He said, yeah, we're gonna go for 2. And after the game, Andrews came up to his coach, Harbaugh, and said, hey, you made the right decision. It was a great locker room decision. I think he's willing to make those risks. He's got the backing of his team. You got a lot of balls to call with Tyler Huntley instead of Lamar Jackson for 2 to win the game. So, I don't know. I kind of like the call. Just go for it. End it now. Don't give Aaron Rodgers more time. The more time you give Aaron Rodgers, the worse it gets. So I kind of like it. But honestly, this Packers defense, 30 points to a backup quarterback. I mean,
yeah, you can't be doing that.
That's bad.
To be the number 1 team in the NFC right now, you can't be giving up 30 points to a backup quarterback, especially for 28 and for 40 for 215 yards, no interceptions off of him. I mean, the 2 point at the end, the 2 point conversion, that would have been an easy completion if Tyler Huntley had read the call right or read the play right. But they knew it was going to go to Mark Andrews, so if he threw that ball right, I think they would have came out with the win. But you can't be giving up 30 points to a backup quarterback.
Notable things: the Green Bay Packers clinched the NFC North for another year. They are now the only team clinched into the playoffs as of now, or clinched their division.
And yeah, I'm gonna do an early hot take right now. I don't think the Packers are gonna make it past the NFC Championship. I think they're gonna get owned by it again.
All right, that's not a hot take. That's just reality.
Oh.
Let's head into the Saints Buccaneers game, the Sunday night football game. Saints ended up winning that one in a barn burner 9-0.
I know. We watched this game together. I don't know. Chris Godwin got lit up. Mike Evans was out. Leonard Fournette was out. People are saying Tom Brady's washed. I think he's still a go. He just didn't have weapons.
A lot of their team's injured.
What?
A lot of their team is injured.
Oh, yeah. They do have a lot of people out. They got AB, who's potentially making a comeback next week. They got Richard Sherman, who's out.
A bunch of injuries. That team, it hurts right now.
It does.
That team could be good, but it's not. Once again, they can't get past the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, Tampa Bay cannot beat them. It's something they just can't do.
Yeah.
They can't really do it. They can't get past them.
And we have another chance to see if the Saints team is real, because they do play Miami on Monday night, which is going to be interesting because the Saints are really close to a playoff spot, and then for Miami to lose their 6-game win streak, that's going to be a really interesting game next week.
Very interesting next week. Let's go into what does this mean? Well, Tampa Bay falls to 10-4. New Orleans is 7-7. So the division is still not locked up yet.
No. I think the Bucs do have a chance. I know for this game, their kicker was hurt, and the kicker was on the COVID list, and then they were having their punter kick. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was
that did play a role.
But good for the New Orleans Saints to get a win. They needed to win if they wanted to maybe squeak in the wild card spot. And Sean Payton with not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Kind of amazing what he's doing. But credit to that. Very low scoring game, very hard hitting game. I thought it was just a very good game in general.
Yeah, it was.
Not high scoring, just a lot of defense.
Yeah.
But, let's head into the Monday games. Let's head into the Vikings-Bears game. Vikings ended up winning that one 17-9.
I'd more say Bears versus refs. Once again, the Bears get inflamed by the refs. I don't know, just a bunch of penalties on this game. Bears, Tevin Jenkins stood up for Justin Fields when he's pushed out of bounds. I like that, standing up for your quarterback. But at this point, when those drives are needed, when you need those yards, you can't be giving up many yards to the Vikings. I think they gave up. Let me check. They gave up. Yeah, I know their defense did look hot. Akeem Hicks was on fire. Robert Quinn did get another sack, which brought him to 15 on the year, I believe. Yeah.
I'll take the unbiased look because you took the biased look. You gotta win and lose with the refs. The refs will make stupid calls sometimes. You gotta win and lose. You can't blame it on them. The offense had an inability to move the ball down the field and capitalize. They were in the red zone 8 different times, only came out with 9 points. You could easily had a lot of points there. There's inexcusable. That offense is absolutely terrible right now. They need to they have some weapons there. They just need to get an offensive identity and actually do it. In this 4th and 1 play, some of the play calling just absolutely insane. Where the 4th and 1, if you guys don't know, where Nagy had Darnell Mooney in the backfield, and he played.
Oh yeah, they would have had an easy timeout to get David Montgomery back in.
The Bears kind of shot themselves back in the foot, muffing a fumble, muffing a kick. I mean, they were just absolutely. They needed something to go their way. It never did. Never went their way, and that's really pitiful because this team is terrible.
They have potential. They're in a rebuilding mode, I believe. In the offseason, just scrap pace.
They don't have potential, in my opinion. They'll be maybe good in the next 3 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's no potential for me. I don't see any in the Bears right now. I don't see a long playoff push. That defense is getting older and older, so I have no idea. I'd like to see some change in the front office with the Bears, but I mean, Kirk Cousins didn't look very good in the game. So, I mean, this game was very winnable for either team.
Honestly,
they kept both shooting themselves in the foot and not capitalizing on specific plays. It's all right, though. The Vikings, 7-7, hopefully looking for a playoff push right now. The Bears, they're out. They're out of it, so...
Another thing I was going to mention, I don't think the Vikings look hot enough to make it potentially make it into the playoffs, but not deep. They got Kirk Cousins 12 for 24, 87 yards. You can't be throwing that least against or that much against a Bears team that had a practice squad as a backfield pretty much. And then Justin Jefferson, 4 receptions for 47 yards. Your star receiver needs to be getting more targets. Dalvin Cook, 28 carries, 89 yards. Not too hot for one of the best running backs in the NFL, but I don't know. This Minnesota team could be a team in the future. We just got to see where they go.
Let's head to the Raiders-Browns game. Raiders ended up winning that one 16-14 on a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, I don't know. Daniel Carlson, their kicker, once again, striking again. He's looked very consistent. He could be the next Justin Tucker.
48-yarder for the win.
Yeah.
Hit it. Cleveland Browns without their 2 quarterbacks.
Third string.
third-string quarterback Nick Mullins was 20 of 30 for 147 yards and touchdowns, the best you could be. Nick Chubb was 23 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. They needed to rely on that run game to even win. This was a lot of defensive game. But Raiders came back. They got to win.
Yeah, I believe
Good for them.
if you're like this Las Vegas team, if you want to be a playoff team, which I don't believe they are, they don't have their weapons, they don't have the coaching this year. I believe if you want to be a playoff team, you can't be giving up 20 completions to a third string quarterback. But
They're not a playoff team.
Yeah, they are not.
Cleveland is not a playoff team, in my opinion. One of these teams might make the playoffs, but I don't think they deserve it. But anyway, the Browns could have had this one won easily, but
yeah.
Credit to them, they fought. There's nothing they can do. Third-string quarterback, and these two teams still fighting and digging. And in the later portions of the season, let's head into the Tuesday night games. That sounds very weird to say.
It does.
But the Rams won their game 20-10. Thoughts on the game?
I personally didn't watch these games, so we're gonna have to get more of your opinion on it. But Matthew Stafford was 21 for 29. I know.
There was a play where I just look at highlights. There was a play that Russell Wilson in the later portions of the game with like 3 minutes left, he was like, "Screw it, DK Metcalf downfield, just threw it, double covered, intercepted." I mean, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that at all. Russell Wilson did not look very good in this game. He may get traded at the end of the season. Credit to Matthew Stafford getting his team a win, but didn't look very good, and can't be doing that. So, Seattle falls to 5-9. I don't think we'll be making playoff push at all. Los Angeles Rams at 10-4. They're looking pretty good. They're 5-2 at home, so they look pretty good, and they're tied for first place in their division. Hopefully, they can get a win and maybe win the division, but who knows with their team and some inconsistency that's happened earlier on in the season. That's really my thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I believe the Rams are a team. I believe they're getting their things together. They're starting to pull them up together, and they could potentially make a playoff push.
True, that is very true. And let's move on to the next game. That is the Washington football team and the Eagles. Eagles winning that one 27-17. Thoughts on the game?
I mean, Washington, they had their four-string quarterback technically because Fitzmagic was out, Heineke was out, Kyle Allen was out, so there's Garrett Gilbert. He was 20 for 31, 194 yards, which isn't bad considering your four-string. And the Eagles, they're 7-7 now. Washington is 6-8. Eagles have a playoff spot, I believe, or they have a wild card spot or in the hunt or whatever. But I believe the Eagles do not look consistent enough. I believe Jalen Hurts is the answer, but I think he needs more weapons.
Health the team definitely, and I really like them going in the later portions. I think they could steal a couple wins away from teams that maybe you wouldn't think they would. I really like this team. I think they can make a push into the playoffs. I definitely believe that. I like this team a lot. They're peaking at the right time, and like our coach said, the seeds are starting to spread, starting to spurt out, and this is how you build it. I mean, it's hilarious. But I like this Philadelphia team moving forward. Washington, I just don't know. They need a quarterback.
Yeah.
The defense is so many injuries. This is not your year. Rebuild. Go and do it next year. So,
I'd agree.
Okay, that's great. That was a week 15 in a nutshell. Andrew, you ready for hot takes?
Yes, I am.
You ready? Okay. You wanna go first?
All right. I think the Titans will lose in the first round of the playoffs if they make it to the playoffs.
So you're saying they make it to the playoffs and you think they'll lose in the first round?
Yes, that team does not look consistent enough. I believe if King Henry...
Derrick Henry comes back.
I think if King Henry comes back, he's not going to be nearly like he was.
Ooh, that's a hot take. You don't think he's going to be nearly like he was?
Yeah, I covered that in one of the previous weeks, but adding on to that, I think the Titans will lose in the first round of the playoffs. They really haven't been a standout team to me.
Jeez. All right. Okay. What I'm going to say is that the Colts are going to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
The Colts will go to the AFC Championship game with their run game, with that defense. Carson Wentz stays out of it. doesn't throw many picks. I see that team traveling far and making it to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
To me, the AFC is wide open. I like it. I like the odds.
Yeah, I think limit all the silly mistakes. Make that team more unified, kind of, and then make a good balance between the run game and then Carson Wentz's short pass game and not throwing picks. So I think they look like a great team.
Yeah. Okay. You.
My next one is I think Rams will win the NFC West, which is their division against, I believe, who are they in division with? Arizona. Yeah, I believe Arizona will fall to they'll be like 10-6 or 10-6, no 10-5, and then. No, 10-6, yeah, and then the Rams will come out on top. They're gonna lose their next 2 games, yeah.
Wow, okay.
I believe that they have not looked consistent to me.
The Cardinals are gonna. I think the Cardinals are the same old Cardinals from last year. In my opinion, I've been saying it all year. They are the same old Cardinals. The inconsistency just always pops up again. To me, they're gonna lose another one. Don't know when. I think they lose their division. They'll be a wild card team, and hopefully they get Hopkins back. But who knows? They're inconsistent in my opinion. So I think they're just the same old Cardinals from last year. I think they'll make the playoffs this year, but I don't have high hopes for them in the playoffs actually.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I don't know what's going on with the Cardinals. They were like 9-0 at one point. They've looked phenomenal at the beginning of the year. Kyler got hurt, and then D-Hop got hurt, and then that team just started falling apart. JJ got hurt. Especially injuries for that team.
Very true. Very true.
All right. My next one, I think the Chargers are better than the Rams. Not necessarily record-wise on the record books, on the stat sheets. The Rams might look better. With a team, they might look better, but I think the Chargers have a younger quarterback, a younger team besides Keenan Allen.
Well, this is the battle of SoFi Stadium. Is that what you're saying? You're like,
yeah, the Chargers are better than the Rams.
Who owns SoFi Stadium? Technically, it's the Rams, but the Chargers, in your opinion, are a better team.
Yeah.
Right. I think one of my hot takes, my last hot take, is the Lions will win another game this year. They're gonna go, and I think they're gonna win next week, and they have a shot to win 2.
Yep.
They have a shot to win 2, but I'm going to say they're going to win one more game this year. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the hot take. All right.
Simple
Let's
as
go
that.
Exactly. Let's go into the next segment, the playoff picture. We're going to look at the playoff picture, give us our opinions, and see who can maybe squeeze out of the playoffs and who can maybe make the playoffs.
Yeah. First division, the AFC East, the New England Patriots 9-5, Buffalo Bills 8-6, Miami Dolphins 7-7. Who do you think is making it to the playoffs in this division?
Who do I think is gonna make the playoffs in which division?
The AFC East.
AFC East. I don't know. It's a toss up right now. Maybe Buffalo, maybe New England. I have no idea.
I believe Miami. One of the Miami or Buffalo does have a shot to make the wild card, but I think New England's gonna come out on top.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, next division, AFC North. We got the Cincinnati Bengals at 8-6, the Baltimore Ravens at 8-6, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-6, and the Cleveland Browns at 7-7. Who do you think's coming out on top?
Why are we doing division by division? Let's just do the whole NFL picture.
What do you think? All right, then first round.
Just the playoff picture spot.
All right.
I thought you had that pulled up. It doesn't look like it.
I have the standings.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Oh, here's this thing. All right, I see it.
Got it. Because I want to see, because if you look at division, I mean, you could say, but there's a couple teams that will not make it out just because of there's too many teams in their division that are pretty good.
Yeah.
You know? So, who do you think makes the playoffs?
Out of everybody?
In the AFC.
In the AFC makes the playoffs? My top 4 teams, I would say, would be the New England Patriots, Indianapolis Colts. I want to say the Chargers, but I'm going to say the Chiefs. And
Chiefs.
I think the Colts are going to win their wild card. And then I think, I don't know. I hate the Steelers, but I don't know. I might say the Steelers or the Ravens. I don't know the Bengals. I don't know, man.
I have a playoff bubble on here. So right now, The Chiefs are at number 1 in the AFC. Patriots at number 2. Titans at 3. Bengals at 4. 5 is the Colts. 6 is the Chargers. 7 is the Bills. On the bubble teams would be the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Browns, and the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just it's just up for grabs, really. In the last 2 weeks, it's going to be very interesting what happens.
The Bills play the Patriots next week, so it should be an interesting matchup. If the Patriots ended up winning that one, it'd be very interesting because the Bills would probably fall out of the playoffs. Once again, the Baltimore Ravens, huge divisional matchup against the Bengals next week. Absolutely insane. That could have huge playoff implications. Otherwise, it's definitely not finished. There's definitely some ways that some teams could sneak in, and it's very interesting. I think I think the Ravens can make it in right now. I think they could sneak it in. I don't know. There will be a couple teams that are pretty good that will miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
in the AFC.
I would agree with that.
Everyone's so closely knit together in the AFC. There's not a team. Well, there is a team with 10 wins. There's only one team with 10 wins.
Yeah.
Versus the NFC with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the NFC with over 10 wins or 10 wins.
Yeah.
So it's very tightly knit, very tightly close. I think the Bills could easily fall off, and I think the Chargers can easily fall off to then win. I mean, huge game between the Colts and Cardinals coming up next week. Huge game. That is huge playoff implications for the Colts and the Cardinals. Cardinals can't lose another game. I mean, in my opinion, they can't.
Yeah.
But
and for the NFC, AFC, I think Chiefs could come out on top. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is consistent enough to make it to the Super Bowl, but I think the Chiefs have a shot at it.
Chiefs. All right. Let's head to
the NFC.
NFC playoff picture. Right now, the Packers have clinched a playoff berth. They're the only team to clinch a playoff berth right now. They're 11-3. Number 2 is the Cowboys. Number 3 is the Buccaneers. Number 4 is the Arizona Cardinals. Number 5 is the Rams. Number 6 is the 49ers. Number 7 is the Vikings. On the bubble are teams like the Eagles, the Saints, the Washington football team, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Seattle Seahawks, and Giants. So, who do you think can maybe squeeze their way in, or who do you think can maybe fall? To me, the only team in my opinion that could fall would probably have to be the Vikings. The Vikings are playing the Rams next week. Who knows how that happens? The Eagles could easily move up. They play the Giants next. So I think the Eagles have the easiest schedule heading in because I think they play Washington again, and I think they play the Giants. So, I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I could see the Eagles making a good run at it. I mean, this is just saying a lot. There's the Atlanta Falcons at 11, which is third in the bubble. But I think the Eagles will definitely make a run. I think the Vikings they're against the Rams, so I think the Vikings will lose against the Rams, and then they're against the Bears in Week 17. So I think they could win against the Bears and potentially be fighting with the Eagles for that last spot. But I think as long as the Niners keep winning, they are against the Titans, so that's going to be an interesting game. I think as long as the Niners keep winning and the Eagles keep winning and the Vikings lose at least one game, I think the Eagles could have it clinched.
Yeah, I mean, the next 3 games for Minnesota is the Rams, the Packers, and the Bears, which I don't think, in my opinion, these 3 games are much harder than the Eagles. The Eagles have the Giants, the Washington football team, and the Cowboys. So in my opinion, I think Philadelphia wins 2 out of the 3, and I think they make it in. They'll squeeze in to the playoffs, and I think the Vikings will fall. I don't think they'll make it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And the Saints have a shot too. The Saints, well, let's look at their schedule.
They got Dolphins, I know, on Monday night.
Saints schedule, look it up. It's going to be the Dolphins, the Panthers, and the Falcons. So they have an easier schedule too, in my opinion. They have a pretty good schedule. The only hard game would be the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins need to win more too. 3 games. If they can win it, they'll find themselves. If they win all 3 of those games, they will find themselves in the playoffs, in my opinion. Because I don't think the Vikings will win 3 games. I don't think the Eagles win 3 games. But if the New Orleans Saints win all 3 of these games, they could easily find themselves in the playoffs, and that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too.
I don't think Washington makes it. I don't think Atlanta. I don't think Carolina makes it. I don't think Seattle. I don't think the Giants make it.
No, not at all.
These are just teams mathematically, I guess, that can.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy that the 4-10 Giants are still in the bubble, which
teams
is
that are eliminated are the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans, the New York Jets, and the Chicago Bears. Only 5 teams are eliminated at this point. So pretty much mathematically, those teams can make it in, but the Falcons football team, Carolina, Seattle, and Giants, mathematically they can. Realistically, they kind of can't. But
I believe the Seahawks have like a 1% chance to make it in. So
yeah. It's gonna be very interesting to see who gets these last playoff spots in the next coming weeks.
Yeah.
Do you want to lead us off in some NFL news?
Yep, let's go on to the next segment, NFL news. This week has been very, very interesting with news. I know that Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill have been put on the COVID list for the Chiefs, so they potentially might move that game to Tuesday. And I know multiple teams, and then another just general thing is we've had multiple Saturday games. We do have 2 Christmas games this week. We do also have we have Monday games and potentially Tuesday games again. So
what? Very interesting.
Yeah.
Coming up in the next coming weeks. You said the Eagles coach COVID protocol.
Yep.
All that. Who knows? There's a lot of NFL news coming out with COVID and all that. Not as much NFL news as last week, but
and then I have another chunk of news. Cam Newton to start versus Bucks, and Sam Darnold will also play, which is very interesting. Sam Darnold will make his return, which would be interesting what he would do against a struggling Cam Newton.
Yeah, that is very true. Who knows? Who knows? In my opinion, nobody knows.
And nobody cares.
Yep.
All right, heading into
week 16 games. Let's get our predictions.
All right.
But before that, Andrew, who won this?
All right, I'm gonna tally up the totals from last week. Chargers, Chiefs. You said Chiefs. I said Chargers. Chiefs came out on top. That's 1 for Colin. Raiders, Browns. You said Raiders. I said Browns. Raiders came out on top.
Yeah.
Oh, I might get smoked this week. Patriots, Colts. I said Colts. You said Patriots. I got that one.
Ah, damn it.
Bills, Panthers. We both said Bills. That doesn't count. Cardinals, Lions. We both said Cardinals. Jets, Dolphins. We both said Dolphins. Cowboys, Giants. We both said Cowboys. Washington and the Eagles. You said the Eagles. I said Washington. And I said Eagles if Minshew plays, but nope. All right, you won that one. Texans, Jags. You said Texans. I said Jags. Titans, Steelers. You said Titans. I said Titans.
Damn, you got smoked.
Yeah, I'm getting smoked. Bengals, Broncos. We both said Bengals. Falcons, Niners. We both said Niners. Seahawks, Rams. We both said Rams. Saints, Bucks. We both said Bucks. Packers, Ravens. You said Packers. I said Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting smoked. Bears, Vikings. We both said Bears. All right.
That was a mistake. I'll never pick the Bears again in a game. But I think I won. Right,
it was
Andrew?
5-1.
5 games ahead. That wasn't including all the games. We just don't count the games.
We just don't count the ties. Yeah.
All
right. Yeah.
So,
you
totally smoked you.
Your record, I believe, for our predictions is I have 1 win, we have 1 tie, and then you have 2 wins.
2-1-1. Yeah.
Yeah, you won last week. All right. I gotta make some good predictions. I gotta make no stupid predictions this week.
Oh, this is gonna be some stupid. Give me some stupid predictions. Starting with the Thursday night football game. Some 49ers going to the Titans. They're playing the Titans. Who do you got winning this one, Andrew? My opinion, I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. They look pretty good, and I think they'll get a 1.
Yeah, I believe the Niners have looked really hot. This is gonna be an interesting game to say the least. Niners have been on a roll lately.
Wait. No, pick Tennessee. Come on.
I don't want it. I don't want to pick Tennessee.
All right, fine.
All right, I'm picking. We're both picking Niners for this one.
So you don't want to lose a game on me. I think this game is a good game. Niners are 5-2 in away games. Tennessee's 5-2 in home games. Tennessee's 9-5. San Francisco's 8-6. So this is gonna be a very good game. Excited to see this game on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
Let's head into the next game. It's gonna be the Browns Packers. Give me Packers in this one. Not even flinching. Packers will win this one.
Yeah, Packers are home at Lambeau. It's going to be a very cold game, depending if Baker Mayfield plays. I'm going to say the Browns for this one if Baker plays. If he doesn't, I'm going to say the Packers.
Jeez.
Just because I want to see the. I'm saying that as a Bears fan. I'm saying that as a Bears fan.
Aaron Rodgers questionable with the toe, but I think he probably plays. Myles Garrett's questionable. Kareem Hunt's out. So there's some notable injuries there, and I think Green Bay, they look pretty good. They look like the best team in the NFC right now, so they're going to win, in my opinion. Let's head to the Colts-Cardinals game.
Let's say this to say the least for this game. This is a very groundbreaking game. Really, Colts have been on a roll lately, and then Cardinals coming off a loss to the Lions. Who do you got for this one?
Yeah. Jeez.
This is a rough one.
Give me the Indianapolis Colts in this one. In my opinion, it'll be the Indianapolis Colts winning this one. I like the run game. I think that defense will carry. I think Kyler Murray doesn't have the weapons that he had earlier. So I think give me Indianapolis Colts in this one.
Yep. I don't know. I want the Colts to win this one. I think I'm gonna have to go with Cardinals just to go against you, so we're not picking the same ones in all these games. But I don't know. I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. I'm going with the Colts. I don't think the Cardinals have looked consistent. I do not believe they're going to come off a bounce-back game.
Cardinals have lost the last two. Colts have won the last two, so.
Yeah.
They're very good. We're both taking the underdog in this one. Colts are 4-2 in away games. Arizona's only 3-3 in home games, so this may be Colts could get a win.
They could.
Let's head into the Sunday games. Now, the Bears-Seahawks. Who do you got in this one?
Bears-Seahawks. I don't know. This is going to be a very, very interesting game because they're at Seattle. Both of these teams have been struggling all year. Bears have mainly been struggling with...
Give me the Seahawks. Not overthinking it. The Bears are dog water on offense. Jason Peters is out. Justin Fields is questionable. Horsted's out. Goodwin's questionable. I mean, there's a lot of people injured, and just give me the Seattle Seahawks, and I think they win in kind of convincing fashion.
Bear down, baby! I got the Bears.
You got the Bears? That's all you're going to say?
That's all I got to say. I'm the Bears. The
Bears have lost the past three. Seattle's coming off of a loss, but not as many losses as the Bears. But it's going to be held in the noisy Seattle Seahawks Stadium. So I think Seattle gets riled up, and I think they win this one.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next game, which is the Lions-Falcons. Who do you got in this one? I already know, and I already kind of hinted at what I was going to pick.
I know you're picking the Lions. You're taking my gig. I always pick the Lions. I didn't pick them last week, but I'm going to pick the Falcons this week just to go against you. I think the Lions are going to be drunk out of their minds going into Mercedes-Benz Stadium from their coming off their win. I think the Falcons are going to win this one.
I did not see the Falcons look good last week. Detroit looked very good. They got them riled up. They'll go in the way and they'll win this game. They will win this game. Mark my word. They will win it.
All right.
They came off scoring the most points they had, 30 points last week. I mean, their Goff looked pretty good. I mean, it's a battle between two quarterbacks that are kind of struggling.
Yeah, not saying I want the Lions. I'm not saying I want the Lions to lose. I want the Lions to win, but I don't know. I'm just going against you for this one.
All right, give me Detroit to win this one. Let's head into the next game. Let's get the Ravens-Bengals. Who do you got in this one?
I'm not going to overthink it. Lamar hasn't been a star of the season. He hasn't been great. I'm going to say Cincinnati.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Cincinnati's favored in this one. Lamar Jackson's questionable. Who knows with that ankle? Um, Give me Cincinnati because I don't want you to steal a game ahead of me. I'm gonna take Cincinnati in this one. It'll be a good game regardless. Both these teams 3-4 and away for Baltimore, 3-4 at home for the Bengals. Bengals heading into this one at home. Last time Cincinnati played Baltimore, they went into Baltimore and they won at Baltimore. So this will be a good game. This is for the division lead, so it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
Ravens, their last 5, they've lost 3 in a row. Their last 3 games. Uh, Cincinnati hasn't been much better, losing 2 out of the 3 games. So they're just coming off of a win now, but it'll be interesting. Very interesting heading into this game. I'm going to take Cincinnati just so you don't take a game ahead of me, So let's head into the next one, the Rams-Vikings. Rams taking on the Vikings at home. Vikings are at home in this game. Who do you think wins?
I got the Rams in this one. Kirk Cousins is overrated, as we said in last podcast, as the last one was titled, but I think the Rams are coming on top in this one.
Rams are very good. Give me the Rams. I like the Rams a lot. They're a good team. They're starting to get back to what they're good at.
Yeah.
Play action passes and throwing. They're doing very good. Give me the Rams in this one in an away game. I don't think the Vikings win.
Yep.
Let's head into the next one. Let's not even blink. What is the next one?
Bills and Pats. Bills are 8-6, 4-3 away. Pats are 9-5 and 3-4 at home.
It'll be very interesting to see because the last time they met, there was terrible weather.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Bills can do. I think I'm gonna take the Bills in this one, in the away game. I think they're gonna get it done. I just think they are. I think they're due, and they want to win this game. They want to win it.
Yeah. I think I got Pats for this. And Mac Jones has looked great. Bill Belichick, honestly, one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest. Yeah, the Pats.
I'm actually changing it. I'm changing it. It's gonna be the New England Patriots. I didn't think about that. It's kind of like the New England Patriots ran the ball all the time last time that they played, so they really didn't show much of their game plan. The Buffalo showed like all their game plan.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to get it done. I'm not gonna let you take a game ahead of me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Pats were really hammering the ball last game. They were not able to pass the ball because of the win at Buffalo, but yeah, I think Pats are coming out on top.
Okay, now to a snooze best game. We're just gonna jump right into this one and just like go right past it. Jets, Jaguars. Give me the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets because I'm gonna let you get a game over me.
Yeah, not gonna even spend much time on that one. Let's go into the Giants, Eagles game. Give me the Eagles in this one.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, this is a must-win for the Eagles. For them to get potential playoff spot and win their wild card and sneak into the wild card over the Vikings. But I got the Eagles for this one as well.
Give me the Eagles. They look very good right now. The Eagles can get it done. I don't like New York and their quarterback situation. So give me Eagles. Like I said, let's head into the Buccaneers Panthers game. Give me the Bucs in this one.
Don't overthink it, Bucks.
Bucks. I don't know, like the quarterbacks for Carolina. It's going to be very inconsistent. Even with the injuries that Tampa Bay has, they'll win this game easily.
All right,
Let's head into the next one. Chargers, Texans. Chargers will win this game. Don't
overthink it, Chargers.
Yep, Chargers. I don't know what about the Texans. 3-11. Chargers are 8-6. They looked pretty good last week, barely losing. So I think they'll get a bounce back game. They'll win this one. Let's head into the next one. Steelers, Chiefs. Who do you got in this one?
Must win for both teams, really. I'm going to say the Chiefs for this one.
Give me the Chiefs. I took the Chiefs last week. I believe they could win this one. I believe the Chiefs will win it again. They're 6-2 in home games. Pittsburgh is 2-4 in away games. I don't think they head into Arrowhead Stadium and quiet down the fans at all. I think the Chiefs come out and they win this game. I think it's going to be won by at least 2 scores.
Yeah.
That's going to be my prediction. If I was a betting man, I'd put money down on that one. But I think the Pittsburgh's due for a little bit of a butt kicking,
Mm-hmm. And we don't like Pittsburgh here. We don't like Pittsburgh here.
I mean, I don't hate them, but, I don't like them. I don't hate them, I don't like them. Let's head into the Broncos Raiders game. This game is going to be held in Las Vegas, Nevada. Who do you got winning this one?
Both teams 7-7. Raiders are 3-4 at home. Broncos are 3-3 away. I think Allegiant Stadium is going to be electric. I think Raiders are coming on top, even though they're in a rough situation this year. They did look pretty hot last week. I got the Raiders on this one.
Jeez, Denver's actually favored in this game, but I like Derek Carr over Teddy Bridgewater, was just carted off the field. I don't know how Denver's favored in this game, but Teddy Bridgewater's out. He's not going to play. So give me the Las Vegas Raiders in this one.
We've picked
the same.
We picked the same for like almost all of them.
No, so it'll be decided by a couple games.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really, I like my big guys winning it. So let's go into the Cowboys-Washington game. I think we both know the Cowboys are going to win that one.
Yeah, there's not many interesting games this week, to say the least. Like, not many that could potentially go either way. They all seem pretty.
This one might be a bit interesting. The Dolphins-Saints game. Who do you have playing, and who do you have winning this one?
I don't know. This would probably be one of the games of the week for me. This and Colts Cardinals would be probably my top 2 games of the week. I don't know, because Dolphins are on a 6-game win streak. Saints just won against the Bucs. Shut out Tom Brady for the first time since like 2007.
Give me the Miami Dolphins in this one. They will go into the Superdome and they will win this one. They're gonna need to win this game, and they're gonna win it.
Yeah, I was gonna pick the Dolphins, but I'm gonna pick the Saints to go against you. I don't know, because I think the Dolphins will look great, but I think Tua's gonna turn the ball over one too many times, and against the Saints defense, he's gonna look phenomenal.
All right, and that's gonna be Week 16 and Week 15 recap, Week 16 predictions. It's gonna be a very good week of football. I'm very excited to see. I hope all you guys listening have a very good Christmas if you celebrate it, or any other holidays that you celebrate. Happy holidays, I guess I say. And we'll see you in the next one then.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays, and see you next time.